line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. What?
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott to throw this time. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They give him a gain of 38.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
That's awesome.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Nice work. There we go. Get him. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Good.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Here we go. Good. Swerve to the right. Good. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defensive unit ranks 3rd in the NFL against the run. If they keep making plays like that, they might move up in the rankings, but you got to like what they're doing. Plugging up the middle, able to run to the perimeter. People just can't do much against them.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 81 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A give to Elliott running left. Able to spin free. And now running right through it. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
46.
Second down, Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. First down, Prescott. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. This is Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Garoppolo on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Play action, Garoppolo. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go for a zone blitz scheme.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Cowboys. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
You go 46, 46. It's coming now. 46.
10th carry now for Elliott. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott off play action. He's going to look deep down the field. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
13, 13. 6.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Going up top. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
46. Here we go 46, 46. Here we go 46, 46. Here we go 46. 26, 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Here we go 46, 46. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go 46, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a handoff working right. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
47.
They go to Elliott again. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. But he's got it to Hearns. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas 1st down.
Here you go. Let's go. Let's finish now. 26.
A handoff left. Elliott. He spins free. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. Here we go. 46. 46. 26. Here we go. 46. 26. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Reuben Foster in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 47 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
21.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And now another one thrown incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
47.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
13.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a... The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
12, fellas, here we go. 11.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Garoppolo now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
21.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Detroit!
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. So the Cowboys now bringing the offense out there to go for 2.
Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
And this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Garoppolo looking very comfortable running this Niners offense. He's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Sturgis for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Shifts past him at the 45. 31 yards there and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
21.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always